How does someone go from that, such a severe injury and a, humiliating athletic cut, to becoming a top male athlete in college and eventually a recognized expert on habits with millions of readers? Well, the insights we've gathered point directly to a deliberate focus on small habits and a strategy known as the aggregation of marginal gains.
Right, and here's where that idea of marginal gains really comes alive. You look at the saga of British cycling. For almost a century, British riders were, frankly, not great. They'd only managed one Olympic gold medal. The Tour de France was perpetually out of reach. They were so consistently underwhelming that at one point, a major bike manufacturer actually refused to sell them bikes. They feared it would damage their brand.
It's a striking example, isn't it, of the profound impact of tiny improvements. When Dave Brailsford took over as performance director, he implemented this philosophy of seeking out a mere 1% improvement in everything. And we're talking about incredibly subtle adjustments like finding the absolute best pillow for sleep or identifying the perfect massage gel for recovery, tiny things. The cumulative effect of this approach is just mind-boggling. If you manage to get just 1% better each day for a year, you end up 37 times better than where you started. But conversely, a 1% daily decline can lead to a near total collapse. It works both ways.
So if you're looking at your current outcomes, maybe it's your net worth, your weight, or your knowledge base, you need to understand that these are simply lagging indicators of your habits. If you want to predict where you'll truly end up, you just need to trace the curve of those tiny daily gains or losses. This isn't about some, once-in-a-lifetime transformation. It's the direct result of what you do consistently every single day. That all sounds fantastic in theory, right? But if it's so simple, why do so many of us struggle to make lasting change? Well, the material introduces a concept called the plateau of latent potential. Think of an ice cube in a, say, 25-degree room. It slowly warms, 26 degrees, 27, 28. Nothing really seems to be happening. But then at 32 degrees, boom, it melts.
Right. And the crucial takeaway here is that all the effort you put in between 25 and 31 degrees wasn't wasted. It was simply being stored. It was building up potential. People often give up when they don't see immediate results, falling into what's termed a valley of disappointment. We tend to expect progress to be linear, don't we? But the most powerful outcomes are almost always delayed. When you finally break through that plateau, people might call it an overnight success, but really it's the culmination of all that previous, seemingly unproductive work.
Okay, this brings up a critical point, though. If progress isn't linear, how do we stay motivated through those long plateaus? It can feel discouraging. The source suggests a pretty radical shift. Forget about goals and focus on systems instead. We often fixate on specific goals like win a championship or build $1 million business. But the problem is, achieving a goal is often just a momentary change, isn't it?
It is. And if we zoom out, goals can actually restrict happiness. Framing it as, I'll be happy when I reach my